Question number 26. To be or not to be linear. Some information about three linear relationships are given below. And this actually, a lot of this is not in the question, it's work I've done in the solutions. You're asked to circle the relations that have the same slope. Include information about all three relations. So first of all, we're talking about the slope, the rate for each of them. So I drew a little rate triangle on the graph for the first one. So I'm going from this point right here to this point right here. And the rise is 4, the run is 3 across here. So 4 over 3 would be the slope or rate for this one. For linear relation 2, in order to find the slope, one way to do that is to rearrange into y equals mx plus b form. So we need to isolate the y term, so we're going to write this equation down here. So I'm going to isolate the y term, so I'm going to bring the 4x and the 21 over to the right side. So the 4x would be negative 4x on the right side, the positive 21 would be negative 21. Now another way to think of that is I want to subtract 4x from both sides. And in order to get rid of the 21, we would subtract the 21, do the opposite of the adding 21, both sides. And of course, the whole point of that is so that those add to 0, those add to 0, and all I have left on the left side is the negative 3y. 0 minus 4x is negative 4x, minus 21 is that negative 21 there. Now, I isolated the y term, now I want to isolate y. I want to get rid of the negative 3. So the negative 3 is multiplied by the y, so I would divide both sides by negative 3 in order to get rid of the negative 3 and just have y alone. So here's my negative 3y divided by negative 3. I can do the same thing to both sides. So that's going to be divided by negative 3, and so with the negative 21. So the whole point of that is doing that dividing by negative 3 is so that those divide out, and so that's why I have just y on the left here now. Negative 4 divided by negative 3, well, we're dividing two negatives, and 3 doesn't go into 4 evenly, but a negative divided by negative is a positive, so that would be 4/3. Don't leave it as a negative over negative. And negative 21 divided by negative 3 is 7, so y equals 4/3 x plus 7. So the slope would be 4/3. Notice it's the same slope as the first one here. In linear relation 3, we're given a table instead of an equation or a graph. So if you look at the differences between the x's and the y's, to get the rise and the run, you can find the slope. From negative 3 to 0 has gone up by 3, from 0 to 3 is going up by 3, and from 3 to 6 is going up by 3. Or you could go 6 minus 3 is that 3, 3 minus 0 is that 3, 0 minus negative 3 is that 3. And a similar idea with the y's. From 11 to 7 it's going down 4, 7 to 3 it's going down 4, and 3 to negative 1 is going down 4. You could also say 7 minus 11 is negative 4, 3 minus 7 is negative 4, etc. So the slope or rate is this over this, so it's negative 4 over 3. So that's not the same as the first two. The first two had a slope of 4/3, not negative 4/3. So that's why linear relation 1 and 2 are the two that have the same slope for question number 26.